All right. What's up? Happy Friday. Happy July 1st. Happy technically 8% month, even though that's not what this meeting is about at all. Okay, I appreciate y'all being here. This is a private invite only event. Also help me out and stay muted if you can along the way. We will definitely do some Q&A and hang out for a few minutes. My wife is FaceTiming me. I'm going to tell her I'm in a meeting, but I can text. Do you guys know you can change like the auto text responses? I didn't used to know that. And then I finally learned it, Justin and Lori, and I'm like, that's brilliant, right? Why not? Okay, so again, happy July 1st. Now she's laughing at me because I sent her that text. She said that text kills me. This meeting is all about recruiting. Okay, so if you are not currently recruiting and attracting people to your team, if you don't want to, or if you're not spending money on recruiting or you don't have a recruiting budget, then there's no reason to stay on. Okay, you're welcome to be on, but I'm just going to save you time and say there's no reason because that is what today is all about. Okay, so we're going to go over a specific new recruiting style program that we are doing on the CA side at Cody Askins LLC. Again, this is brand new. We rolled it out, I would say about a month ago for 10 to 15 reps, 10 to 15 agency owners, and it's went really well. And so we are going to now open it up for another 10 to 15 reps. You have not heard of it because we have not blasted it. We have not released it. We have not launched it. We haven't talked about it. We are keeping it private for now to a select few individuals because really, I don't know that we could handle 250 people on this program. I think operationally, it would just bust, right? Like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this female clothing company called LuLaRoe. There's this documentary, there's this documentary on Amazon Prime called LuLaRich. My team said I should watch it, so I started watching it. And really, there's a few things that company did wrong, okay? And you can use this in your own company as we talk through ideas today. What they did wrong and what they learned is, number one, they took on too many people and they could not manage and handle the influx of clients. Well, that's a major problem. Also, they had so much product that they needed to ship constantly. And it became such a demand that they just found warehouses and companies to fulfill it. And the quality of their product dipped. Well, I know for me, my reputation is really important. We love helping the certain clients that we do with exposure and attracting agents to their team. And so I don't want to have more than our team can handle. And so I'm going to walk through again today. Okay, again, I'm going to mute Jay and then I'm going to jump back in. Okay, what's up, Jay? Welcome to the call. I'm going to go through again a brand new exposure and attraction and recruiting program. I call it the attraction recruiting system. And this new program is actually specifically dubbed from Derek a while back. It's called Agent Reach. Okay, so the new program we're going to talk about today is Agent Reach. It is $1,500 a month for 3-month minimum. I'm going to talk through specifics, but I'm going to give you the budget up front because if you don't have $1,500 a month and you're not trying to attract a bunch of people to your team and you can't recruit in, more than just your local area, then, I don't want to waste your time. Okay. So with Agent Reach, the way this works, because we believe that when you bring value to people and you educate people, they have a better chance of working with you. So as an example, we've built our brand where we now have 75,000 YouTube subscribers. We have 60, 70,000 agents on our email list. We have hundreds of thousands of agents watching our stuff. And now we are doing things with clients to attract people to their team. Okay, so we've got clients that'll spend $1,500 a month. We've got clients that'll spend 10 grand a month. Okay, and they'll do a lot of stuff with us over the course of a year. So the way this works is I'll walk through the specifics. Yes, I do, Derek. Let me do that. Okay, I'm going to make Derek a co-host. All right, cool. Just in case. Okay. So again, this is Agent Reach. I want you to think about this as a way, as we walk through this, I want you to think about this as a way to really to build your social media presence, to increase brand exposure, and to actually start to build your list and start to actually build a pipeline of licensed qualified candidates that like and have responded to something that you have done. Okay, so we'll go over the specifics of how that works. Okay, again, it's called Agent Reach, but it's a new exposure type recruiting type attraction type program. Okay, so the way it works, as I whiteboarded out, is the main thing that we will do is we will do two things together. Okay, the first thing we will do is we will do a YouTube interview together where I will actually interview you on our YouTube channel. Okay, this is something that has drove literally, there was one gentleman, his name's Wayne Daniel. You can check out his YouTube interview with me. It's got a few thousand views. He got 15 to 20 calls a day for the first few days to his office. And he got hundreds of agents that hit his website and actually filled out a form on his website with interest in joining his team. Simply just off, this is a guy that's going to spend a lot more than $1,500 a month. We'll just put it that way. I won't get specific. However, we haven't even done that much with him. However, it's already bringing a ton of recruits to his agency simply because of one thing that we've done. Okay, so YouTube interviews work well. That's a time for you to share your story about what you're doing. That's also a great time for our audience to get familiar with you. The more people know, like, and trust you, as we're always told, the more likely they will to work with you, right? So for example, Derek, back in 2018, interviewed with us. He's my top sales guy. He did not join, but because the brand started growing and I was so active on social and his friends worked here and we were putting on conferences at Nissan Stadium, et cetera, he eventually came back and actually wanted to be there and work there. Well, what happened is when you start building a brand and you start building some attraction and people are attracted to what you're doing and they're seeing you all the time and you're providing value, it does make people want to come inbound to you. If you think about most recruiting efforts, they're job board related and they're all outbound. You're paying a job board to go outbound and put ads up so that people will respond to those ads and come in, and majority are unlicensed. This is a much different approach. It's more inbound, people coming to you versus you going to people. And also on top of that, it's more licensed than unlicensed. Okay, so it's a totally different approach. After the interview, we're also going to do a training video. Okay, so we're also going to do a training video. And when we do this training video together, you're going to be training on something specific that you've learned and that you can train on and that you can bring value to. So let's just say that you wrote, like somebody throw in chat how much you wrote your first year in the business, okay? Or your biggest week or your biggest month or something that you can, you know what I mean? Something that, no, I did not, okay? Something that you can 30 in a year, 100K a month in AP. Okay, great. So Jay could immediately, his story, an attraction piece. Okay, you need to find stories of stuff that you've done well. And you need to put those out in the market so people are attracted to that story. Yeah, I mean, because if you say, hey, I'm just looking for insurance agents, dude, nobody like just wants to be an insurance agent just because you said so, right? But if you said, hey, I can teach you how to do $100,000 a month. Click learn more below to check out how you can do this thing. That's a little more attractive than, hey, I'm looking for agents, I'm hiring people, right? You know what I mean? So you need to be recruiting and attracting through stories. That's big. So what we do is you do a training video that we can put out to the market. But what we do is, and where you're sharing your story, you're sharing what you've done and you're training. Like Jay, I did 100K a month. Here's how I did it in these 3 easy steps. And here's how you can do it too. And oh, by the way, if you like the training and you like my video and you like what I just talked about, you can actually jump on my calendar below and book a call and we can talk, right? So it's a different approach. It's more value education first approach. It's how I run all my businesses. And it's definitely just a better approach in general because of that. So we do this initial interview. So on the interview, I will tell them like, hey, if you like say I'm interviewing Jay on YouTube, right? Or Steven or Tony, right? Say I'm interviewing Tony. I'm interviewing Tony on YouTube. And if Tony's like, hey, if you like my story and you like what we're talking about on this private interview, then guess what? You can actually go and watch my training video on how you can do this, right? And so I could share, hey, if you like Tony's story, you like what you're hearing, she actually did a video recently on how to write $13,000 of final expense in a week or whatever. It's an incredible video, phenomenal training. Click the link below and go check out this private training that's not online anywhere, okay? And then they would fill out their information to get access to your training, to get access to your video. Well, what happens is you're getting the contact info of all these individuals that want to watch your video. And then after the video, they can also go and literally book a call and jump on your calendar with your calendar link. Okay, but this is two-pronged. Not only do we use a YouTube interview, but we also build out an entire campaign that we can promote, that we can push. And as we're promoting this, then again, people have to opt in to get access to this training video, and everything leads to them learning from you. It's less of like, hey, let me recruit you, and more of like, hey, come learn this with me. And then you're building your presence, you're building your brand, you're building your list. You're building a pipeline of licensed people that want to learn from you. It's a totally different approach. It's a way more modern approach. I mean, we live in 2022. We shouldn't recruit people the same way we did. Hello, Evelyn. Okay, we can't recruit people the same way we did back in like 1942. I mean, it's 2022, right? Okay, so while all this is happening, there's the initial interview pushing to the video. There's a campaign that is going all the time, day and night, that's pushing to the video. Well, all of these are actually going straight to a Google Sheet with name, email, and phone that you're getting access to. Okay, so again, we're promoting your brand. We're giving you exposure to our audience. We're building your list, and we're getting you a pipeline of people to talk to, okay? Well, Gabe, but dude, you should, right? And as soon as you get hundreds of thousands of agents following you, dude, it becomes so much easier to deliver on something like this too, right? So also the additional layers of this is that, yes, you're going to get their info, but you're going to actually provide your calendar link, and then they've got a chance to actually book on your calendar as well, okay? So the way this works specifically, again, this is called agent reach. It's something that we are not advertising publicly yet. We may advertise it publicly at 8%. However, right now it's just private invite only. It is $1,500 per month, 3-month minimum. There's a $500 onboarding fee because of all the work and build out that our team has to do on the front end. So it's $2,000 month one, $1,500 month two, $1,500 month three. And then if you want to continue, it's $1,500 a month from there. Now, one of the things I want to add is that we are expecting you, so far, the individuals that are on it are getting 30 to 60 agents opt in to watch their video and learn from them and actually gather their information every single month. Okay, so every single month, you're expecting about 30 to 60 agents to opt in, want to learn from you, and then you're getting their information as well. And then some of them will actually book on your calendar. Now, the cool thing about it is we do expect a little better results in the first month because of the YouTube interview. I mean, somebody's video in the title may pop and they may get 200 the first month, right? I don't know. Some of you are better on video than others. Some of you have better stories than others. Right? It's just true. So because of that, that will affect some of the initial results, but this campaign is going to continue running so that no matter how well the interview does, we're going to continue to deliver and get you about 30 to 60 a month. Okay. It can be a little high, could be a little low. It's not a perfect science. However, these are average conservative numbers. Okay. Ashton says, my YouTube interview with Cody has brought me so many interviews. I actually think I had a lady on the scholarship. Ashton, I'd love to have you unmute and turn your camera on, because I think you had a lady yesterday on our scholarship that saw our interview together and joined your team. Is that true? Oh, can you guys hear Ashton? I can't hear Ashton. No. Okay, cool.
How about now?
Boom.
Look at that. You just got to be smarter than technology every other time.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm actually I'm on the phone with her right now doing some tech support. But yeah, Jennifer Shelton, she won the scholarship, and she was telling me how excited she is to be there in Dallas.
I love it. So we've done some stuff together. You spoke at one of our events. You also did a YouTube interview together. You had sent me some text over the last several months of like groups and agents that have reached out to you and worked and wanted to work with you in some way. What's that look like, man? What's your experience been like doing something like this? Honestly, conservative.
Yeah, honestly, we've had being conservative, a minimum of 50 plus agents in terms of looking for a potential career switch of wherever they were. So these are already licensed agents reaching out. A lot of people had agencies as well. So I got a lot of people that reached out and said, hey, my agency is not getting the same result your agency is. No matter what it was. You know, we talked about leads a little bit. We talked about production, virtual sales. And they said, I'm not seeing that result. My agents aren't. What can we do to figure it out to have that same result, all from, you know, that video? And here, you know, we filmed it back in March, and, you know, the most recent one was Jennifer who won that scholarship, and she reached out last week. And it's still generating results April, May, June, you know, 3.5 months later. So it's been a phenomenal experience. And, you know, I thought about doing exactly what you have on that board of, hey, I have that interview with Cody talking about those things. Here's something more in depth that, you know, I talked to you about this coming from that conference we just did, building the same type of funnel. Hey, you got the snippet at the conference. Here's more in depth, fill out this form, capture that info, and have that training video exactly the same way. So it's given phenomenal results. So
thanks, brother.
We should have a 10x by the end of the year in agency growth, by the way, in terms of volume.
Crazy. That's ridiculous, dude. Congrats. That's awesome.
And most of it's come from you. Either they've seen me with you or they saw that video somehow. And so they said, wow, I saw you with Cody. I heard about the X amount of premium in 90 days. I'm not trying to promote myself on here, but
no, you're good. Yeah.
Heard about the leads, all that stuff. So, man, I want to work with you. And if I look at everything we did, I've probably added close to 80,000 a month in APV just from that interview with you.
Wow.
We're growing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Congrats, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate
Ashton's a young dude down in Pensacola, Florida, doing some big stuff. He's also really coachable, a good person. Like, he really cares and wants to help a lot of agents, you know, which is cool. So thank you, brother. Okay. Have a happy 4th, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Also too, he brought up a couple of good points. One thing I wanted to mention is that the YouTube interview lives online forever. Okay. I want you to process that for a second. Like, a lot of stuff that you do, dude, you stop paying ZipRecruiter. They don't leave your ad up. Okay. We don't take your video down. Like, your YouTube interview is up forever. Okay. And Ashton has not even done agent reach yet. He just did an interview.
Keyword yet.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yet. But you think about it, he's just did an interview. Okay. So it lives online forever. Another thing, a lot of people would say, well, why would you do this? Okay, Cody, why would you do this? Okay. Well, number one is I don't recruit. Yes, my father has an IMO. Yes, if someone like behind the scenes DMs me and they do Medicare and I can introduce them to him and they want to talk to him, whatever, I will, right? But you've never heard me try to recruit on YouTube. You've never heard me try to recruit on 8% Stage or any of our events, because it's not my style. Like, I love what I'm doing. I love speaking. I love collaborating and connecting with the industry. I love hanging out with Conrad in Houston at the Houston Roadshow. Like, I like doing that type of stuff, right? Like, that's more my passion. And there's a lot of people that their passion is to build an agency in a massive way. Well, I want to hang out with all the agency owners and help them blow up their business. Also, too, some of you may say, well, okay, $1,500 a month is cool, whatever, I'll take it, right? Well, some of you also may say, well, can we do more? Okay, so yes, you can choose to do agent reach, 3-month minimum, $1,500 a month, Or you could say, I would like to talk one-on-one about doing something a little bit bigger with you, which that could be $2,500 a month up to $7,500 a month. And that would include other stuff outside of this. It's totally separate. It may include webinars. My buddy David Price, we had 700 agents register for a webinar that we did together that he was on that flooded him with traffic. Okay. You may say, well, I would love to speak on some of your panels or roadshows or stages or whatever, right? Well, that's a big way to get a lot of attention. We had a lot of agents that when they do an exposure plan with us, they end up getting on our 8% virtual stage. Well, we had 1,800 agents log into the virtual Zoom this year, which is a ton of people, right? It's like 100x this Zoom right now. You may say, well, why else would someone do an exposure plan with you? Well, they other than the obvious reasons, they can be on a part of our email blast or social media or interviews or podcasts. Like there's other things that we do over 6. So this is like a short term, if you want to continue, you can, temporary deal. Exposure plans are bigger. They cost more. We do a lot more. And we pick from a menu of services and we do those for 6 to 12 months, depending on what your budget is, depending on what we think we would be best at doing together, and depending on how much you want to do. Because like a David Price as an example, dude will probably spend $100,000 with us this year, but he's recruiting like 150 agents a week, not entirely from us. Okay. Not entirely from us, but he's recruiting like a madman and his company's exploding. Well, when you start talking about overrides and expansion and growth, some people would say, dude, I can't imagine giving you $100,000. There's other people that are like, I can't imagine not giving you $100,000. Well, you got to think too, though, if you're on I don't know, let's make it up. If you're on a 20% spread, you just need to add about $10,000 a week in premium to add $500,000 for the year on a 20% spread to make up the 100. And that's just year one, right? So if you're thinking bigger numbers and you think about how much you want your agency to grow and how big it can get, well, then we can happily talk about ideas and what this could look like. Okay. One of the things I want to do too is if you are on and you would like to talk to our team more intimately about getting on agent reach and talking through how you can be a part of this specific new trial program where, again, we have not launched this or released this. We've got 10 or 15 agents on it right now. We're only opening it up for another 10 or 15 agents right now. Then type yes or me in chat and my team will get with you. We will talk to you about the specifics of how this works. And then we will help you start to do more of this together. Okay. Because I can tell you, okay. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Stephen Robinson. Good to see you, buddy. Okay. One of the things I want to share is that like when we are doing this together, the more it's kind of funny. And when you're recruiting in 2022, okay, in the modern era that we're in, the online era that we're in, the more people that know you, the better chance you have of your agency growing. If you're if you're a secret agency owner that's got you could have the best opportunity in the world. It's kind of funny. Some people disagree with me. I'm going to get a little wacky for a second. I would rather have the worst business opportunity on the planet and pay the lowest compensation in the world, but everybody know about it, than have the best opportunity in the world with the highest compensation ever, but nobody has a clue. So some of you are like, bro, I've got a good model, right? Like Ashton, he's a part of a great model. I've got a good model. I've got a good opportunity. Okay, good. Well, let's make sure people know about it, right? And so I can tell you this too. We always, thank you, Conrad. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I got you, Jay. Have a good, happy 4th. Thanks, man. I can tell you this, like we want to do our best to increase awareness of key people. Our brand is growing so much, we can't handle the influx. I'm not personally recruiting. And so I want to put people in front of our audience that we like, that have integrity, and that can actually bring value to our audience and that can train and that can help. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate that. Okay. So if that's you and you're one of those people and you're like, dude, I could spend $1,500 a month. I do need to grow my team. I want to recruit and I'm open to talking through all of this that we went over for the last 25 minutes. And if that's you, again, type yes or me and my team will make sure that we reach out and we book a call for sometime on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. And we just go through the specifics of how it works. Okay. I've been 25 minutes. I didn't want to take up a bunch of time. Again, it's a private briefing, private invitation only. We're only allowing it again for another 10 or 15 people. That was key integrity, too many morally ambiguous agents. There's no doubt about that. If we do not think that you can help people in a good, honest, ethical way, we're not going to put you on our stuff. My buddy, thank you, Christina. My buddy, Tony Merwin, recently said that he said, it's weird. He said, I'll put it politely. I don't know how he put it, but I think he said the a-holes. I'll just say that the jerks of the industry don't show up at our events and they don't end up doing stuff with us. Well, if you're like a good person and you are okay portraying the type of person you are, and you're okay being a leader, and you're okay like sticking to your values and not changing who you are based on other people, then people will be attracted to that. I think I lead with faith. I lead with family. I lead with who I am. I lead with my honest, true self, right? As you probably will, whatever your honest, true self is. I don't want to change me from a promotion and recruiting standpoint in 2022. I don't want to change me and who I am just to attract people. And you don't want to either. So whatever that is, whoever you are, you got to put that out in the world, and the right people that are similar to you will be attracted to what you do and will want to do more with you. Okay. Thank you, AJ. I can tell you this, that this thing gets really fun when you start thinking about how you can bring people on. When you start thinking about how you can attract good people to your company. Companies explode when you get enough good people around you. Culture is important. People are important. The fastest way to scale an organization is through really, really, really good people. If you're in that $200,000 to $600,000 a year range, and you feel like you're an agency owner, but you're doing it all, dude, that thing's got a shelf life. You're not going to be able to scale it if you're doing everything. You have to scale through people. You have to find good people. Okay.
Cody, I wanted to ask a quick question,
Yeah,
just to help some people, because I know when I talk to people about this plan, when we've done that first round, they said, well, I don't have a big audience on Facebook, so I don't think this would like work for me like it would for you since you have a huge following already. Can you speak to that a little bit of how we actually can pump them in front of people, and if they have to have a big following already for this to really pay off?
No, it's actually better if you don't, really. Because we're going to help kickstart that a little bit. And as an example, Moon Thomas, she's not recruiting. She's a solo agent, but she was a part of our Ultimate Agent contest, our reality TV show. And her Facebook audience she says like tripled, quadrupled in the last like 60 days, 45 days, just by being selected as a part of that and doing more with us. My personality likes being a part of a team. People don't always see that, by the way. They see me and they see me trailblazing and running and aggressive and intense and crazy. People think I'm on cocaine. I've never done drugs, whatever. I got a lot of energy, right? But I can tell you this, my personality likes doing stuff with other people. I like collaborating. I like networking. I like spending time with others. And so that's important to me. That's big for me. And so if I'm not doing stuff with others, I get like bored. I get lonely. Like I got to keep my own attention, And so I don't know if you're that way too, but I love, that's funny. I love doing stuff with others and bringing others along that really, really, really have an important process. Okay. And then have something they can help with. Anyone have compliance as a barrier to this process? It's a good question. The good news is we're not advertising for many of your pages. So we're putting everything on our stuff, right? So as an example, that's a good question. I worked with Mutual of Omaha years ago when I first started in the business, and I could not have a Cody Askins - Mutual of Omaha Facebook page. Corporate America, right? Well, even if that's you and you're in something like that, that's okay, because we're doing an interview together. You mention whatever you want, whoever you want. We do the training, you do the training video, and you train but we promote you and your story and what you've done. Right now, if you want to attract like financial advisors and do securities and that kind of stuff, there is definitely a whole nother level of compliance to that. So it's a great question though, seriously. If you have a small social presence, just haven't jumped into social media marketing, this is a direct message from AJ. Yet, no personal website yet, can this still be very effective? It can, because we're not driving traffic to your site. We're driving traffic through an opt-in page that we build to get them access to your video. So we're promoting you, your story, what you've done, how you've done it, how you could help others, how you did whatever. We try to find a sexy, attractive title, right? We're promoting you. They like you. They want to learn. They're like, oh, I'm interested. I want to learn. Then they opt in. Then they watch your stuff. And it's just one training video. It's not like you got to start shooting videos every day. Like we do one video that we coach you through, by the way. One simple video. It's easy. And if you're like, that kind of scares me a little bit, good. Because we're supposed to get outside of our comfort zone. When I'm scared of something, it means I know I should do it, right? When I'm a little bit hesitant and there's 2,000 people at 8%, and I'm running out on a runway to a center circle stage at the end of July, well, I'm probably going to get a little nervous. But that's good because I'm growing, right? Yeah, buddy, please. I love that. And there you go. What's up, ADL?
Hey. Yeah, so a big thing that I was thinking about is, before you, I had zero presence. I didn't have some kind of web page or anything, and we didn't even create a landing page. We didn't create any Google form or a training video, but all of those people still reached out to me.
Yes.
I still had over 50 agents go, hey, how can I find a better place? And I had zero presence, didn't have a business, didn't have any post on my business page, had a business page, but it was just there and had nothing.
But you did have a Tesla, you did have a Tesla.
Fair enough. But I didn't have any presence. We didn't even create a landing. We didn't have any of my contact information on the video, and people still found me. True. So even if you don't have a presence, it doesn't matter. You're attracting people to you and to Cody. That's right. That's what people are coming for, and that's how they're going to find you.
That's right.
So I thought that would kind of help answer if I don't have a presence, what does that look like? Because
I
had nothing.
That's great feedback. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that. And what we're doing is by promoting you, it's going to build your online presence a little. Okay. Lori, do you have a thought or question?
I was just going to say that if you don't have a presence and you're fresh in this market, that might actually be a good thing, because this is this is not asking people to come in and kind of piece this little piece they've heard in this little snippet they saw in this little post you made. This is like really just kind of opening up the floodgate to who you are. So I would almost think it'd be better to not have a presence if you do something like this.
Yes. I think so too. It's going to get some exposure and build one to look much quicker than doing it on your own for years. I mean, there's people that have tried to build YouTube channels for years and they're grinding away, and it takes time. But we can speed some of that up for sure just by doing some stuff together.
That's why it's agent reach. Like, how often are you as agency owners or team builders trying to go out and just grab anyone to pull in and try to get them to fit in your system and teach them all this stuff and go over who you are and get them to know you and trust you? Whereas now the agent can reach out to you based on what you're putting out and how you're helping them. And then they come in to you and your system because they already feel connected to you in some level. Like, that's the best kind of recruit you can get. So.
Yes. Well, I think I'm good. Is there anybody that didn't say yes or me that wants to schedule a time to talk to our team next week about how we can do more stuff together like this, or an exposure plan in some way? Also, if that's you, please let us know. Also, I would be doing everyone a disservice if I did not at least mention 8%, which is in 26 days. Okay. Who's got a ticket to that already and is definitely going to be there? Okay. We got several. That's awesome. I love you even more. Okay. Just kidding. Even though I do. That's going to be an amazing event. 2,000 agents. We're going to collaborate and connect the industry. It's in 26 days. Dallas22.com. 8% Nation is great to find some information. We're already sold out of 2 ticket types. Go to Dallas22.com to get a private deal on a last minute ticket should you like to. We're also doing a July 4th sale, I think BOGO premiere. So look out for that. Again, 26 days. That's at the Hilton Anatole in Dallas at the end of July. That's going to be a jam-packed, awesome event. We got some cool surprises. We got Tim Tebow, Ed Milet, Jesse Itzler, and a bunch of amazing stuff. So I can tell you this, one thing, we're going to be passing out these wristbands this year at 8%. And it says expand your vision on my hairy arm there. Okay. One of the things I can tell you that always happens is people you get close to the energy that happens at 8%. The vision for your company grows. You immediately start to make more money and implement new ideas and strategies and increase your network simply because it gives you a bigger vision for your life. I don't care what your vision is. I promise you it can be bigger. I don't care where you're currently at with the size of your company. It can be bigger, right? Whatever your potential is, you think it is, I can promise you it's more, it's larger, right? Like I had a pastor a while back that told me like, hey, Cody, maybe you're just fitting in when you were truly called to stand out. And I don't know about you, but I want to do my best to stand out this year. Okay. It's important. And I want to make sure that we wake up and do everything we possibly can. What's up, Justin? Okay. So I appreciate y'all being a part of this private invitation. Whether we do business or not ever, we wish you the absolute most success. Okay. We appreciate you being a part of this. If we can see you at 8%, then that would be incredible. We hope that you are able to make it and be there. Okay. It would mean the world to us. If you have questions for our team, please let us know. Derek, Devin, and Wes, raise your hands for me real quick. They're all on here. Okay. So if you have questions, they're here to help. And they will be reaching out to schedule calls for Tuesday and Wednesday to get you a part of this. If you want to talk about anything else or something bigger, just let them know. They'll coordinate it, they'll vet it, and they'll get me involved if we need to. Okay. So thank you for being on. Happy July 1st. Happy July. Have an incredible July 4th. Happy 8% month. And we'll see you in 26 days at 8% or next Tuesday or Wednesday on a Zoom. Okay. Keep all your fingers and toes as you blow up some fireworks this weekend. Stay safe. Appreciate you all. And we'll see you soon. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Adios.